After pastoring on the island of Oahu for 5 years, I got a call from the conference office to appear in person. It sounded a bit unusual because the conference officer usually calls you if there was something important, but maybe it's good news. My church was doing well, and plus a new administration had taken the helm of the conference. Maybe there was a promotion in store, but I waited to find out. But to my dismay, I discovered that my services as pastor were no longer needed in that conference due to budget cuts. But what sounded suspicious to me was that the only two pastoral positions that were being eliminated were occupied by minorities. Well, as you know, I was very angry, and before doing damage, I took the matter to prayer. And God said to me, "Don't worry, I got this. I understand that you have a family of 5 to take care of, but don't worry, I got it all under control." Well, parent weekend was coming up because my oldest son was attending Pine Forge, and I decided that I would kill 2 birds with 1 stone during that visit. I would drop off a resume, perhaps have an interview at Allegheny East Conference, and then I would visit my son. When I attended or went to the Allegheny East Conference to meet with their administration, it turned out that there were no pastoral openings. And then I went to my son's room, who was there with his roommate, a young man by the name of Ray Lewis, and his father, who was dressed in paint clothes, who I assumed was the janitor. But it turned out that he was not the janitor. He began to ask a lot of questions like, "Why do you have on a suit?" I shared with him that I was a pastor, I was looking for employment, and within minutes he was on the phone talking to someone perhaps a little bit important. And at the end of that conversation, he informed me that I should travel from Pine Forge Academy all the way to Hyde Park, New York, to the Northeastern Conference Workers Meeting, which I agreed to. And it turned out that this young man was also a pastor by the name of Nigel Lewis. And so that Sunday, I drove all the way to Hyde Park, New York. And at the end of the devotional that Monday morning at workers' meeting, and during the break time, I introduced myself to the president of the Northeastern Conference, who was Elder Baker at the time. He mentioned to me that he would love to have a formal interview on Thursday. I said, "Elder Baker, my flight leaves tomorrow." He said, "Well, let's have a meeting after lunch." I was very careful to make sure that I didn't interrupt his meal, but I watched him eat. And when he finished eating, I made myself over to his table, and he welcomed me graciously. He began to ply me with questions, pertinent questions, serious questions. And at the end of that interview, I had the sense from him that everything was going to be all right. I sensed that God was working in him, that he was moving him to do something. And when he shook my hand at the conclusion of the meeting, it was almost as if it was a done deal. That's what I got from him. And with no resume, nothing but an informal meeting. Well, I went back to Hawaii 2 months later. I got a letter from Elder Baker saying that the executive committee was extending me a call to the Northeastern Conference. And a month later, during my installation service, and I'll never forget it, February the 16th, 2008, as we entered the sanctuary, the choir was singing the entrance song at the beginning of church services. And the song went like this: "Faithful, faithful, faithful is our God. Faithful, faithful, faithful is our God. I'm reaping the harvest God has for me. Take back what the devil stole from me." Elder Baker, from the bottom of my heart, I want to express to you that I am extremely grateful for your extending me and my family a call to work in the Northeastern Conference. We have been blessed immensely, and we're thankful that God used you to take back what the devil stole from us. May God continue to bless you in your ministry. Even though you're retired, God will continue to use you to inspire others, and your wisdom with your compassion. You will continue to influence others. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. May God bless you in your retirement.